Home. Determination of friends and enemies of the planets is very important. We know that Mool Trikona signs of planets are Sun, Leo, Moon, Cancer, Mars, Aries, Mercury, Virgo, Jupiter, Sagittarius, Venus, Libra, and Saturn, Aquarius. Though Brihat Parashar Horasastra doesn't mention Mool Trikona of Rahu and Ketu, but Fal Deepika mentions Aquarius as Mool Trikona of Rahu and Scorpio as Mool Trikona of Ketu. In any chart, the second, fourth, fifth, eighth, ninth, and 12th lords from the Mool Trikona sign of a planet are its friends, while the third, sixth, seventh, 10th, and 11th lords from Mool Trikona sign of a planet are its enemies. The Lord of Exaltation sign, despite of its being third, sixth, seventh, 10th, and 11th house lord from Mool Trikona, is friendly. If the lord of a sign has both friendship and enmity, then it becomes neutral. Say, for example, for a Cancer ascendant, Sun's Mool Trikona Leo is in second house. So, Mercury being second and 11th lord from it is neutral. Venus being third and 10th lord is enemic. Mars being fourth and 8th lord is friend. Jupiter being fifth and eighth lord is friend, Saturn being sixth and seventh lord is enemy, Rahu being seventh lord is enemy, and Ketu is friend being the fourth lord. For Moon, Sun is friend being second lord, Mercury being third and 12th lord is neutral, Venus being fourth and 11th lord is neutral, Mars being fifth and 10th lord is neutral, Jupiter being sixth and ninth lord is neutral, and Saturn being seventh and eighth lord is neutral. For Mercury, Venus being second and ninth lord is friend, Mars being third and eighth lord is neutral, Jupiter being fourth and seventh lord is neutral, Saturn being fifth and sixth lord is neutral. For Venus, Mars being second and seventh lord is neutral, Jupiter being third and sixth lord is neutral, and Saturn being fourth and fifth lord is friend, and Mercury being ninth and 12th lord is friend. For Mars, Venus being second and seventh lord is neutral, Mercury being third and sixth lord is enemy, Moon being fourth lord is friend, Sun being fifth lord is friend, Jupiter being ninth and 12th lord is friend, Saturn being 10th and 11th lord is neutral, as it is exalted in the Capricorn sign. For Jupiter, Saturn being second and third lord is neutral, Mars being fifth and 12th lord being own sign area Aries and Scorpio is friend, Venus being sixth and 11th lord is enemy, Mercury being seventh and 10th lord is enemy, Moon being eighth is friend, Sun being ninth is friend. For Saturn, Jupiter being second and 11th lord is neutral, Mars being third and 10th lord is enemy, Venus being fourth and ninth lord is friend, Mercury being fifth and eighth lord is friend, Moon being sixth is enemy, Sun being seventh is enemy, and for Rahu also the friendship and enmity is like Saturn. For Ketu, Jupiter being second and fifth lord are friends, Saturn being third and fourth lord is neutral, Mars being sixth lord is enemy, Venus being seventh and 12th lord is neutral, Mercury being eighth and 11th lord is neutral, Moon being ninth is friend, Sun being 10th is enemy. This pattern remains the same for all the planets. Planets have temporary relationships also through placement in the chart. Planets placed in the second, third, fourth, 10th, 11th, and 12th from a planet are friendly despite of a natural relationship of enmity or neutrality. Planets placed in 4th and 10th house, 3rd and 11th house, and 2nd and 12th house are also temporary friends. Those placed in the 1st, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th are temporarily enemies. So, on the basis of temporary relationship of the planets in the chart and its natural relationship, the five-fold relationship of the planet is determined. If a planet is naturally a benefic, that is naturally a friend, and temporarily also a friend, it becomes close friends. If they are friends naturally and temporarily enemies, they become neutral. If they are enemies naturally and temporarily they are also enemies, they become bitter enemies. If they are naturally enemies and temporarily friends, they become neutral. If they are naturally neutral and temporarily friends, they become friends. If they are naturally neutrals and temporarily enemies, they become enemies. So, from this, we conclude that for Sun, Moon, Mars, and Jupiter are friends, Mercury is neutral, and Venus and Saturn are enemies. For Moon, Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter are friends, and Mars, Mercury, Venus, and Saturn are neutrals. For Mars, Sun, Moon, and Jupiter are friends, Venus and Saturn are neutral, and Mercury is enemy. For Mercury, Sun, and Venus are friends, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn are neutrals, and Moon is friend. For Jupiter, Sun, Moon, and Mars are friends. Saturn is neutral, and Mercury and Venus are enemies. For Venus, Mercury and Saturn are friends. Mars and Jupiter are neutrals, and Sun and Moon are enemies. For Saturn, Mercury and Venus are friends, and Jupiter is neutral, and Sun, Moon, and Mars are enemies. So, this is how the friendship and enmity of the planets are determined. Keep learning. Hari Om Tat Sat.